Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if the bills is piling up and you need money to pay those bills or to try to catch up on rent or get your car fixed, I'm gonna show you some of the best places I would look, even if I had bad credit. Now, the first lender is Explore Credit, and as you all know that I talk about Explore Credit a lot, the reason is because they are tribal lender. All right, and as you can see, they go from $250 up to $2,000. But because they don't have to go through all of that red tape that most banks and credit unions, especially when you got bad credit. Now, I would tell you for this type of lender, I would tell you the minimum income you should have after taxes is at least $1,000, okay, in order to get qualified for them. All right. And also just keep in mind not in all 50 states. The next one is three stick lending. All right. Now, they are also a tribal lender. And so, by them being a tribal lender, as you can see, their loans go from 200 up to 3,000. All right. Maximum 3,000. Now, again, by them not being in all 50 states, I would definitely tell you there's other lenders that I'm going to show you as well. But one of the things I wanted to point out, and I think it's going to be very insightful, this is one of those lenders that don't report to the credit bureaus. Now, here's the thing about it. You can see here where it says Clarity and Factor Trust, they don't use the major credit bureau. They use these third party financial credit bureaus that I've been telling you guys about. So, most of the time with these tribal lenders, it's not about the credit score. They're focused more on your availability to pay the loan back. So when they're going to Clarity, which is owned by Experian, or Factor Trust, which is owned by TransUnion, what they're actually looking at to make sure that the information on the application is matching what's with the credit bureaus. Now, please understand with these here type of credit bureaus, sometimes they may not have updated information because you used to stay in apartment A, now you move to apartment B. So when you put in the application with apartment B and they have apartment A, now that application may get denied just because of the wrong address. So it's not about the credit score. Again, I cannot stress that enough. It's usually the information that's on file. Another easy platform for you guys to check out is Big Buck Loans. And as you can see, they go from 100 up to 5,000. But the interesting thing about it is that with Big Buck Loans, as you can see, their interest rate goes from 5.99 to 35 point. So they're very conservative on the interest rate. Now, with your tribal lenders, yes, those can get into triple digits. But Big Buck Lending, they are a platform. So they're not a direct lender. However, they do work with tribal lenders. All right. And so going through them, you may get a lower interest rate. And they work with people that have disabilities. You can be on welfare. Again, I would say in order to qualify for this type of lender that they offer you, usually the minimum income again is at least $1,000 after tax. Another platform you may want to check out that gives you a little higher limits is Viva Loans. And if you can see here, they go from 100 up to 15,000. This is a platform as well. So they themselves would not do a hard pull on the credit. And like I said, with most of these lenders, they're not going to do a hard pull on the credit. They're actually going to do a soft pull, and they're going to be looking at those soft pull credit bureaus. That's Clarity, DataX, Factor Trust. Sometimes they may even look at LexisNexis in order to see if you qualify. Next lender for a personal loan when you need it is Opportune. Now, please understand, many of these here loans that I'm showing you at the moment, these are lenders that are working with people that have bad or no credit score. Okay. And as you can see, they go from 300 up to 10,000. And you can actually do a pre approval to see if you actually qualify. Again, Opportune is one of those lenders that are not in all 50 states, but for the states they are in, they are a CDFI, a Community Development Financial Institute. So they make it much easier. And their criteria in order to qualify for their loans, the minimum income you need to have after taxes is only $500. I just want to let you people that are freelancers, like you're doing the gig economy, like Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash. There is a company out there. It's Lendeska, okay? And so with their platform, as you can see, goes up to 20,000. One of the things about this that I would tell you, you need to make sure you have an active checking account. All right. And so usually the minimum income that they're looking for you to have is usually about at least $1,500 a month. All right, but you have to have an active checking account. And also, sometimes they may want to know if you have available pay stubs, because some of these lenders I'm going to be talking about, they may ask for available pay stubs and proof of income. Well, this is where we are able to help. If you're needing proof of payroll and pay stubs and stuff, you may want to check out our March Madness program that we're actually giving you free 6 months of payroll and pay stubs. Plus, we are giving you a 30-minute consultation. Now, you get access to this once you officially register. And this is for you guys that are entrepreneurs. Okay, you may have set up your LLCs or your LLCs. You may have set up your corporations or your S corporations, but you don't have payroll. Well, this is a great opportunity to get payroll for free, at least for the first 6 months. All right, and you get a free consultation plus the free credit repair evaluation as well, and they don't charge a setup fee as well. Another place for you entrepreneurs that are needing a loan and you have bad credit, but you are in the gig economy, is Fundo. Now, with Fundo, as you can see, they go up to $10,000. Here's the requirements: you need to be working in one of these industries in order to qualify for a loan from Fundo. And your eligibility requirements having an active bank account, because they're not going to ask you to send over pay stubs and stuff. They're going to actually look at your bank account. It does not have to be a business bank account, but one of the things I'm telling you guys, if you have a registered business, all right, the thing about it, to help you get access to more capital, you really need to show proof of income. This way, you're able to get larger lines of credit, larger limits on credit cards, easier for you to qualify for loans as well. But you can see it's active bank account. Minimum income is at least $1,500 a month, and then be in business at least 90 days. All right. Now, they do not operate in California as well as New York. Another great place for you guys that need a personal loan is Langley. And why Langley? I tell you this, they use Equifax FICO 9. Okay. And I always tell you, find credit unions that use a FICO 9 scoring, okay, or advantage scoring. And as you can see, the interest rate start at 14.99, but because it's a FICO 9, that means that you can add a couple authorized users on the file. You can add rental payments to boost up the credit. You can add utilities to boost up the credit. And you can add subscriptions to boost up the credit score, and they will be still willing to work with you. All right. Now, I would definitely tell you be careful, because, like with some of these credit unions and banks, the minimum debt to income ratio or the maximum debt to income ratio may be about 55%. Now, some of these may fluctuate and go up to 60%. Another thing about Langley is that not only can you use that hard pull for a personal loan, but you can also use it to get a credit card as well. Another place for you guys that have a high debt to income ratio and you guys are familiar with them is One Main Financial. And as you can see, it goes from 1,500 up to 20,000. But again, you still can pre-qualify to see if you're able to get approved. Yes, the interest rates are definitely going to be higher than your traditional banks and credit unions. But at the same time, if you need money to pay some bills and stuff like that, this is one of the best places that a lot of people have had success. Now, I always tell you guys, if you're working a job, the best loan that you can have with free interest is actually through your W 2. Okay. And what I mean by that is going to your HR and requesting this form so that you can file exempt, so that way they can stop taking federal income taxes out of your check for at least 3 to 4 months, and you can bring home a bigger paycheck. That way you may not have to go out and borrow some of these loans that have the high interest rate. Okay. Speaking of high debt to income ratio, another place you may want to check out is Universal Credit. And the reason is because their debt to income ratio is up to 75%. Now you have to have at least two accounts on the credit file. All right. And they usually want the credit file to be at least 2 years old. So you need to age the credit file. So that's the reason I said adding authorized users, the right type of authorized users, will help age the credit file. The minimum income, I would say for you guys, is usually they want you to have at least $1,000 a month or more after taxes. But I would say if you're falling around $30,000 annually and above, you have a safer chance of being qualified for a loan through Universal Credit. Now, please keep in mind, Universal Credit is associated with Upstart. So they may also look at that third party credit bureau that I've been telling you guys about. So they may look at LexisNexis. Most of the time, you more likely are not going to get the hard pull on the credit from them. Another place that I would definitely tell you guys to check out is PenFed. PenFed offers the personal loans with no docs as well. Now, I would tell you the minimum income that I would start at is at least $30,000. Also, the minimum credit score I would start at with PenFed is at least a 620. Now, they pull Experian FICO 9 in order to help you qualify for a loan. But as you can see here, the interest rate start at 8.99. Now, another lender I would definitely take into consideration is Best Egg. Now, I've seen people with 65% debt to income ratio, and they were willing to work with them. All right. Now, the good part about it, as you can see, there's no impact on the credit score. They loan you up to $50,000. But the interesting thing about Best Egg, I wanted to point out, is that if you have a car that's paid off, they would actually give you a collateral loan. That's right. They would actually give you a collateral loan. So if you have equity in your car, this is one of the places that you may also take into consideration. Now, another lender that I would definitely tell you guys to check out is NASA Federal Credit Union. As you can see, with their loan rates at 9.59, but at the same time, they go up to $30,000. Now, here's the thing about it. They use Experian Vantage 4, okay, in order to qualify you. So that's the reason that I like NASA. They're very flexible to work with. And as you can see, the term frames for the term rates for their loans can go anywhere from 60 up to 84 months, right? In reference to a loan. So that's the reason why I like it. Plus, I would tell you I would probably go for this line of credit. The reason is once you get this line of credit, let's say they give you that $30,000 line of credit, they only charge you interest on what you actually use. So that's the reason why I think you'll have better leverage with that line of credit, and which I'll talk more about in another video. Another surprising place to get a personal loan is from Wells Fargo. And as you can see, their rates start at 6.99. Now, here's the thing about it you need to understand you have to have a Wells Fargo account for at least 12 months in order for you to apply for it. But here's another thing I would tell you about Wells Fargo they will use Experian FICO 9 as well in order to qualify you for one of their loans. Now, your debt to income ratio more likely is going to be about 50-55%. Now, another place that you should take into consideration is non-geo restricted is Connector Credit Union. Now, they use a FICO 9, Experian FICO 9 as well. You can see their personal loans go for 10.74, but at the same time, their loan limits go from 1,000 up to $100,000. Another place, if you have at least a 620 credit score with a debt to income ratio up to 70%, is Achieve, right? And they offer loans up to $50,000. Now, again, they're one of those lenders that are not in all 50 states, but at the same time, their debt to income ratio being 70%. All right. So this is one that I would definitely take into consideration. Now, I hope that this video helps you. If you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.